Alright guys, so today's video we're going to be talking about two different years today. So today we're going to be talking about 2005 and 2006. Those pretty good years and those good old times. It may not be good for most people, but I don't know. I never experienced those years before. So we're going to be talking about 2005 and 2006 in today's video. And just remember, this video wasn't made for, hate, harassment, or cyberbully anybody, or anything that is mentioned in this video. That is for informative purposes only, and that's the news. And let's go ahead and get to this video today. So let's go ahead and talk about 2005 first. So there's a lot of things that happened in 2005, and I will be going all over that today. So we're going to be starting with the first line here on top, and I will be going through each of them at this, in order. So in 2005, a significant event was Hurricane Katrina, which I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry about that, which caused widespread devastation along the Gulf Coast, particularly in New Orleans. Sorry, I don't know. I've never said those words before. Other major events included the death of Pope John Paul II in the London. Sorry, I don't know these people or anything. Just please don't hate me for that. I just don't know them because I was not around in 2005. My bad. Additionally, the first video uploaded to YouTube, Brokeback Mountain, the Right to Information Act in India, and the launch of the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter also marked the year. Sorry, I am really bad at pronouncing everything, I know. And it did mention YouTube. And yes, we will be talking about that later, though. We will be talking about that later. So, we're going to move on. Natural disasters, hurricanes. A Category 4 hurricane made landfall near New Orleans in August, causing catastrophic flooding and widespread damage. That is honestly pretty bad. And a major earthquake in October impacted Pakistan, India, and resulting in significant loss of life and destruction. I'm very sorry, guys. I do not know how to pronounce any of this. Next, we're going to move on to significant events. So, the death of Pope John Paul II, which that was mentioned. And the first video uploaded was called Me at the Zoo, marked a key moment in the platform's history. It's pretty funny, and that's very genius of someone to make a first video about being at the zoo. Yeah. And then the London bombings, which targeted London's public transportation system, resulted in numerous casualties and injuries. Oh my gosh, I'm very sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing everything. Brokeback Mountain, a critically acclaimed film, became a cultural event and a milestone in independent American filmmaking. The Right to Information Act was passed in India, granting citizens the right to access government information. I'm stuttering because this is all new to me. Remember, guys, the year I was born is 2007, so this is all still new to me because I wasn't around in 2005 or 2006, so I did have to search those stuff up and do a research on them, so that way I could do this video just for you guys. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter was launched from Cape Canaveral, designed to explore Mars. I want to visit Mars one day, but I don't want to spend billions of dollars on a spacesuit, and I don't want my blood being bubbled. And other notable events: the Space Shuttle Discovery completed its return to flight mission, returning to Edwards Air Force Base. Pretty cool. Alberto, whatever, because the first Hispanic U.S. whatever general. Sorry, I can't pronounce that, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Condoleezza Rice became the first African-American woman to serve as U.S. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. So, yeah, just like I said, I'm really bad at pronouncing everything. Like, straightforward. I'm just really bad at pronouncing. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the video game that I want to talk about. Alright, so we're going to be talking about a Sonic game that Sega released in 2005 called Shadow the Hedgehog. It's pretty cool to see the most iconic character in Sonic to get his own video game. There's a lot of people that hate Shadow. Some people don't hate Shadow. I mean, Shadow was first introduced in Sonic Adventure 2, which is back in 2001, but that's something for another video. So, Shadow the Hedgehog was released on November 15, 2005 for North America. And for Europe, it's November 18, 2005. For Japan, it's on December 15, 2005. I checked the reviews on Google, and it wasn't actually as bad as I thought they were going to be. It's just 4.4 star rating. This game is hated for a lot of reasons, or some reasons. It's because people find the game too edgy, and they don't want to get busted by their moms by just like, you know, their moms letting their kids play a game that has swearing, guns, and everything, you know, because, you know, guns and swearing in video games, it's not a children's thing, apparently. So I went on Reddit, and then someone asked, why is Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 so hated? I just finished it recently. I loved it. One of my new top 5 Sonic games. It's not bad, in my opinion, but I haven't beat Shadow 2005 yet because you guys know me. I'm a Roblox game developer. I barely have any time to play those kind of games, except for Sonic 06, but that's for later. So I checked out comments, and some guy responded, number 1, as many people say in the comments is that the game is edgy, at least in the English dub. There is 0 edge in Japanese, but only like 5 people played it in Japanese, so that the counterpoint is invalid. Number 2, the game is also repetitive because you have to unlock the last story by getting all 10 endings, but the actual reason for the complaint is that many people don't do any of the missions. They do the pure dark, semi-dark, neutral, semi-hero, and pure hero in the same order. I don't blame them. Because I think he meant because it gives you one of the 300 plus endings, but the fun is doing the other missions. But the missions are also somewhat repetitive, but they are not as bad as many people say they are, in my opinion. Number 3, some people also complain how Shadow is slippery, probably because he moves fast and the turn radius increasing as you reach top speed, which is Adventure 1 plus 2, and Heroes don't. So people who are used to those games might struggle with it. I can confirm this too. When I was playing this game on PlayStation 2, I can confirm that the controls were very slippery, but that doesn't stop me from there because Sonic 06, which was a game before I played Shadow 2005, and I'm going to be talking about that. Sonic 2006, the controls were slippery, but I eventually got used to them, and I beat Sonic 06 that way. And I don't hate the controls of Shadow 2005, but I agree the slippery part. The controls are very slippery and everything, but that doesn't mean the game is bad or anything. And another person on Reddit that asked, does anyone else enjoy Shadow the Hedgehog 2005? I've been watching someone call me Johnny's all A-rank streams of the game, and though he doesn't care for the game at all, I'm coming to remember how much I honestly do love the game. Flaws and all, I can totally understand the negative response Shadow gets for many reasons, but I've always looked back on it fondly, maybe even placing it among my favorite Sonic games. Just curious if anyone else has similar thoughts, and if not, hey, that's all good too. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the game having 10 different endings in my opinion, but that's just the time I don't currently have, which I probably will have that kind of time during summertime, because remember guys, I'm only 17, like I'm a junior at school right now that's about to be senior, in like either September or August when school starts again, and I'll be turning 18 October 28, 2025. But yeah, I don't hate the game having 10 endings, but yeah, it's very long. Although even if it has like 6 stages, or am I sadly mistaking that? Even if it has that many stages, the game isn't bad, but the multiple endings is honestly time consuming. And I found this comment. I would like Shadow a lot if it were a single linear story when you went from one station to the next and no alternate missions. As it is, it's monotonous. Sorry, I've never seen that word before. And repetitive and tedious. I mean, it is very repetitive, but still, it's very long. Just because something is long doesn't mean it's bad. Because, like, Sonic Frontiers, the game is pretty long, but honestly, the fourth island, they didn't have anything in it. Like, all it is was just shutting down towers and everything, which just made Sonic Frontiers a little bit boring for me, because I want to play a Sonic game that is very long, and that's why I like Shadow 2005 and Sonic 2006. But Sonic 2006, we'll get to that later, trust me. And someone replied, "That's totally fair. I will say there are plenty of missions that I never look forward to. Looking directly at Lost Impact's hero mission as one of the worst things I ever did in a Sonic game, though I tend to enjoy them more than not. I do think the story, as manga said it is, has its moments, and will agree that if the story didn't have to be so open-ended due to the branching nature of it, it would have been such more digestible of a plot." Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. "If I may, would you have preferred the game to be more structured to how expert mode is?" I don't know. But, like, yeah, at least Shadow the Hedgehog has missions and everything, and the game, it can be repetitive to people, but if you're looking to play a Sonic game that is very long, Shadow 2005 is for you. I don't think it's repetitive. It's just super hard. Like, when I'm doing the very dark mission, there was a timer level that's like you need to, like, you know, destroy all the bombs, or maybe like set them off, all the bombs. And I actually had to go on X and use Grok's help, because I didn't know where the other bombs were, and that level took me a long time to beat. Because, yeah, it's a very hard level. And I'll put the level name on the screen right here, because right now I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, about me playing Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 on PlayStation 2. I have a very good reason why. Because when I went to Amazon, when I was wanting to buy Shadow the Hedgehog on the Xbox, and I found out it was renewed, but the price is $175! That is insane for a 10-ending game. Well, pretty much $174 for $80, but still, that is a lot. Like, you guys are not going to see me buy a 10-ending game that costs $175. Like, that is outrageous too. Like, there is absolutely no reason for Shadow the Hedgehog to cost that many. At least Sonic Heroes renewed Xbox on Amazon is cheaper compared to Shadow the Hedgehog. So, my goodness, that is very pricey. And on eBay, I actually went to eBay to buy the game because it was cheaper that way, but I couldn't figure out which was the real Xbox 360 actual game or it's just a scam. So I decided to go for PlayStation 2. And yes, I can confirm it that the PlayStation 2 one is real, and I'm glad to have a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox 360 too, but still, I'm not paying $175 on Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, I talked about YouTube earlier, and yes, on December 15th, 2005, YouTube was released. Yes, it was released, and it's still active to this day, by the way. And yeah, apparently it was actually like the logo was shown on February 6th, 2025. I think, yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, December 15th, 2005, that was the year YouTube was created. But it's probably nostalgic for people, you know, for a lot of people. So, anyways, that is all 2005 now. Let's go ahead and get to 2006. Alright, next we're going to talk about is 2006. So, there were stuff that happened in 2006, but I'm going to be talking about them in order. So, in 2006, a number of significant events unfolded globally, including the Winter sorry, I can't pronounce that. In turn, the FIFA World Cup held in Germany, and the IAU's decision to reclassify Pluto as a dwarf planet. Internationally, the 2006 Winter Olympics and the 2006 FIFA World Cup were major sporting events. Politically, the Republican Party lost control of the House and Senate in U.S. midterm elections, and Saddam Hussein, which I don't know that person, was convicted and sentenced to death in Iraq. That sounds terrible. Iraq? I don't know how to pronounce that. Technology, which is Facebook and Twitter, were launched, and Google acquired YouTube. Which, if you don't know what acquired YouTube means, just keep watching the video. So, let's talk about sports, which is blah 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 too, which is yapping. So, sports 2006 Winter Olympics, what blah blah. Held in Turin, Italy. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, I know. 2006 FIFA World Cup held in Germany and won by Italy. Whatever that person is becomes first black athletic to win individual gold medal at Winter Olympics in the men's 1,000 meter speed skating race. I am really bad at pronouncing this, my bad. Something Hurricanes with first Stanley Cup defeating the Edmonton I don't know, in the finals. I'm really bad at pronouncing this because I've never seen this stuff before. Like I said, guys, I had to research this stuff up because I was not born around in 2006 or even know a lot about 2006. Now, politics. Republican Party loses control of House and Senate in the U.S. Midterms. Democrats take control. That's pretty crazy. And then sentenced to death, convicted of crimes. And stuff that I'm really bad at pronouncing. I know, I'm really bad at pronouncing, but remember, guys, I'm still learning, okay? Next is technology. So they launched Facebook and Twitter, which is social media platforms, which they gained popularity. And Twitter became the worst platform over time. Google buys YouTube. Yeah, I know, pretty cool. Then Sony unveils PlayStation 3 and Nintendo launches Wii. New gaming consoles are released. So yeah, PlayStation 3, which that's something I don't have, by the way. I mean, I wouldn't say I have it, but whatever. We're gonna be talking about science bullcrap too. So it says Pluto reclassified as a dwarf planet. I know, Pluto is already a dwarf planet, isn't it? Like, sure, it may look like a moon, but no, Pluto is not a star or a moon or anything like that. It's a dwarf planet. It counts as a dwarf planet. But yeah, at least science gets that. And then there's other notable events in 2006. Mumbai train bombings resulted in numerous deaths. Oh boy. California passes Global Warming Solutions Act, making California the first state to cap greenhouse gas emissions. That I don't know who that is. What is that? Okay, killed in an air raid. Okay, raids are dangerous, just so you guys know. But at the same time, I'm really bad at pronouncing this, I know. Economic slowdown in the U.S. as the housing boom ends. I'm not sure what any of that is, but if anybody can tell me what any of that means in the comment section, I'll be happy. And a lot of things that happened in 2006 as well that I'm going to mention. So there are heat waves, which is pretty bad. And even all of this stuff happened in summer 2006. North American heat wave. So it reported that the heat wave affected most of the United States and Canada, leading to numerous heat-related deaths. Oh boy. So, California heat wave, an extreme heat wave affecting California, breaking temperatures records at multiple sites. European heat wave. France experienced high temperatures that destroyed crops and resulted in at least 40 deaths. Oh man. At least I'm glad I wasn't around that time. Cultural trends. Summer 2006 was a time of MySpace, Miley, whatever, Hannah Montana, and pop music hits like Billboard, hip song. Oh, these songs I have on my Spotify playlist. And music. Wikipedia reported that the summer 2006 saw a variety of hits, including songs by that person, and that person. I can't pronounce everything here, but yeah, there are lots. There's a lot of songs that I have on my Spotify playlist, which is like Hips on Laya and Doja. I think so. I don't know. There's a lot of hit songs, even mentioned summer 2006. So, summer 2006, which is pretty much. So, if you guys don't know what the heat wave is, so basically, in 2006, they saw a severe heat wave across North America, which it actually killed 225 people. I know. I don't know what the heat wave is about, but whatever that sounds, it probably doesn't sound good. Now, let's go ahead and move on. On September 1st, 2006, Roblox was officially launched, which, if you guys don't know Roblox, it's that one funny platform where it's still popular to this day and has a lot of child what on it. Because, yeah, that's what Roblox has these nowadays. And what's funny about 2006 Roblox opening day is that they also had Roblox Studio, which I found that on Reddit. I'm not surprised that Roblox Studio was released along with Roblox back in 2006, because without Roblox Studio, how can you make a game? Because on Roblox, there's a lot of game developers and people know how to make games and everything. And by the looks of things, back in 2006 on Roblox Studio, dude, like, there was no starter GUI or anything like that. I'm honestly not understanding. And yes, it is 2006 in there. By the proof, look at the place name. See right there, it says place1.2006.rbxl. So, yeah, that is pretty old. Like, Roblox Studio looks so old at that time. And I'm gonna go ahead and play the video of it, actually. Alright, so shout out to this person right here. That is Adam. I don't know. For posting 2006 Roblox video right here, which is, it's 12 minutes. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna show it. So right here, it says today we're going to make a map in Roblox, and would you look at that? Oh, the old cursor, the old health bar, which is more visible than the current health bar, because yeah, that stuff sucked too. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool, and I actually never knew this kind of stuff existed. So, oh, that's actually pretty funny. But yeah, I didn't think stuff like this existed back in Roblox 2006. And I wish I was like around in 2006 that time. Because, truth to be told, the Roblox Studio looks interesting back in 2006. And I actually want to... Yeah, I think I want to time travel back to September 1st, 2006 if I could. And play Roblox on the opening day in Roblox Studio. Because I actually want to see how everything was back in the day. It actually looked pretty cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the video. And I will link this video in description, and it's muted. Okay, good. I wasn't playing any copyrighted music. But anyways, yeah. So the link for this will be in the description, or yeah, in the description. But yeah, or you can just search it up 2006 Roblox video right here. So yep, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Compared to the new Roblox Studio right now, I think the old studio was a lot more better, because in the old studio it didn't have AI assisted coding, because right now they have AI assisting, and that's something that shouldn't happen, because if you go to Unity or stuff like that, they probably don't have any AI helping at all or anything. And for Roblox 2006, people can learn how to code that way. Like, it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. And the new studio is just very messy in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Everyone else has their own. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Sega's another game in 2006 called Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. The game is just called Sonic the Hedgehog because it's meant to be a reboot. And I wanted to play the game so badly ever since then, but I was having a lot of troubles finding it because it was delisted, so, which I'll get to that later. So on Amazon, I tried to look for Sonic 06 for Xbox 360. I came across the PlayStation 3, which was renewed, and I thought about buying that until I was like, oh wait, I guess I do have a PS2, not a PS3, because I want to quickly note this, guys, but you cannot play PlayStation 3 games on PlayStation 2 because, yeah, the discs were different, or they're like modified and everything. And when I was looking, when I found the Xbox 360 renewed version of Sonic 2006 on Amazon, I only found out it was delisted or out of stock. I was not happy because I wanted to play Sonic 06 so badly, to be dead honest, because we'll get to the reviews later. But like, yeah, because my goal is to play every Sonic game. I don't know if I'll be playing the racing ones, but I also heard that Sonic 2006 had like 4 episodes, which is episode Sonic, episode Shadow, episode Silver, and the last episode. Which I was so excited for that until like I was having a lot of problems trying to get to the game, because I was excited because Sonic Frontiers managed to board me. Like, Sonic Frontiers bored me. And here's how. Because on the last episode, Sonic got killed by Mephiles the Dark, which he looks like Shadow because Mephiles took got resurrected by Shadow's shadow. Get it? Okay, I'm a bad comedian. I don't care. But yeah, hold on. Let me think. So when Sonic was killed by Mephiles, Sonic and his friends decided to go search for the 7 Chaos Emeralds to save Sonic. And for Frontiers on 4th Island, instead of them doing that, they literally like circle around Sonic and literally wished him to be brought back. I'll roll the clip.
My only regret is you denied me the pleasure of finishing you off, rodent.
We must get you back into cyberspace immediately.
I just got out. That was the whole point.
I ran millions of simulations. The only way I can keep you alive is if you're not here when it gets out.
When what gets out?
Since time immemorial, I have languished here. The locks are broken. Now I shall tear down the walls between dimensions and consume all.
No, you don't. I'll mobilize the egg fleet and blow you out of the sky.
It won't be enough. It triumphed over the Ancients' technology. My simulations show a success rate of 0%.
No. Sonic worked too hard for us to give up now. Those visions we saw, we can drive back the corruption and bring him back. Anything for Sonic.
Whatever it takes.
Sonic, I want you to see the hero I become.
Sonic, you still have love to share with this world too.
Sonic, we're even after this. Ha! Everyone, thank you. I won't let you down.
Like, for me, it just doesn't make sense, and that's it kind of ruined the whole plot for the 4th island, which was called Rhea Island. In Sonic 2006 last episode, they didn't do that. They they had to go find all 7 Chaos Emeralds to bring him back. Well, I also wanted to mention, into the Sonic 2006, my favorite character was introduced, known as Silver the Hedgehog. I mean, I used to hate him back then because I thought he was a non-canon character. Until I found out that Sonic 2006 was canon, and I was like so dead wrong. Like, it wasn't just Sonic and his friends like Amy, Knuckles, and Tails. It was also Silver, Shadow, and Omega. Like that's something that the 4th island could have done, but except it's just Tails, Amy, and Knuckles working together. It's also kind of how they did it for Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon, but still, like, they just circle around just to bring Sonic back with, you know, their wishes and stuff. Like that just kind of ruined the whole point of the 4th island, and that's why Sonic Frontiers wasn't as long as Sonic 2006. Like, when I was playing Sonic 2006, I honestly thought the game was the game was a lot longer than Frontiers because yes, they did, like, they did, you know, put a lot of good stuff in the last episode. Like, I honestly don't care how bad the game is, or at least people see it that way. Sonic 2006 is honestly better than Frontiers. And by the way, back to buying Sonic 06. When I gave up hopes on buying it on Amazon, I went on eBay to see if there was, you know, actual copies for Sonic 06. I eventually found one, and I ordered one, and what do you know, it was actually the real one. And because, like, I got one for the Xbox 360 because I wanted to look for the PlayStation 2 Sonic 06, but when I checked, the platforms that supported Sonic 06 was PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I also want to know that Sonic 06 started developing in early 2005, which I actually didn't know of, but I found out that Sega split their team for Sonic 06 into Secret Rings, which the Secret Rings released in 2007. But yeah, Sega did split their team, which was honestly a bad idea. And then there was a question on Google that asked what happened to Sonic the Hedgehog in 2006, and it was universally critically panned, and Sega was forced into some serious damage control. The game, along with other Sonic titles that received a middling Metacritic score, was eventually delisted in 2010. I was like, huh, no wonder why Sonic 06 was so hard to find and buy. And there was another question that's asked, why was Sonic 06 controversial? And the following listed was rush development. The game was developed under a tight deadline to coincide with the franchise's 15th anniversary, and an outdated engine, which Sonic 06 was built on a new engine that was not fully optimized, which contributed to technical problems, including frame rate drops and collision detection issues. I just saw the game was made in 2005, or at least it started development in 2005, but I just don't think it's rushed. But the outdated engine made sense because there are some parts of Sonic 06 where the game started lagging, and I was like, why are my frames dropping? And yeah, it's probably because they used a certain engine that was not optimized. But I don't know. I don't get the part where it's rushed. Like, Sega did split their team, which kind of makes sense on the rush part. But, you know, the main menu and everything, and the character playing mechanics, I don't think those are rushed, but other mechanics, I think so too. But I still don't think Sonic 06 is bad because of that. You know, all games make mistakes and everything. And so, yeah. Anyways, there was another question that asked, is Sonic 06 so bad it's good? And the answer was yes. The story is filled with plot holes and continuity issues. Yes, some of the levels and characters play poorly, but at the same time, some of the levels and science, mostly from Sonic's story, is actually really good and some of the best in the series. The soundtrack is amazing and easily in the top 3. Okay, the best soundtrack is His World from Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, dude, it's such a good song. I cannot deny that. Like, I just love listening to that when I play the game. And yeah, and they're hold on, let me think. Yeah, I love Kingdom Valley soundtrack too, and All Hail Shadow, but I don't know the others. Like I don't know what Silver's one is called, but hey, it was pretty good though. It was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, the game isn't bad. The level design isn't bad. Although the Sonic's high-speed segments, like him just automatically sprinting, I struggled those a lot, especially in Radical Train. But still, I pulled through. It didn't stop me from there. Even though the game did not receive well, it still was fun for me. And I also want to notify that Sonic 2006 was released in November 14th, 2006. And I stumbled upon in Reddit saying, unpopular opinion, Sonic 06 is good. It has the right amount of playable characters, different mechanics with each character. Shadow is playable. Shadow's playable. Shadow is playable. Dude, the Shadow is playable. That glaze. Because yeah, everybody likes Shadow playable, you know. Because in Shadow 2005, Shadow was the only playable character. But Sonic 06, you can play as 3 different playable characters. Well, pretty much all characters that were playable, like Amy, like they were part of the character stories. And it has great music as well. It does visuals in a unique style, compelling feels different from the usual random Eggman creations. See infinite chaos, metal, sort of shadow even. The Chaos Emeralds are there and actually do something unlike most modern Sonic games, and it isn't an exhaustive list. That is something I agree. Okay. I gotta admit, this unpopular opinion right here, I have to agree with it. Because if you look at Sonic Forces, Sonic Forces was a promising 2017 game, but it ended up failing because there's no Chaos Emeralds. Then why'd you call it Sonic Forces? And like Infinite didn't make sense. I'm gonna be dead honest. But yeah, this is something I agree because literally, and right here it says also, I don't know how to explain this, but it just isn't boring like Sonic Forces is. Exactly. Like, sure, the game is bad, but that doesn't mean it's boring. I don't like Sonic 06 wasn't boring like Sonic Frontiers' 4th Island. Like, yeah, I don't hate Sonic Frontiers, but the 4th Island could have better content, in my opinion. And right here it says, I think the main reason it gets so much hate is because of the weird, cringy romance between Sonic and Elise, which I agree it is cringy, but not enough to ruin the game. Overall, the most underrated Sonic game, in my opinion. I also do want to point out, the game is mostly about Sonic saving Princess Elise, she's the Princess of Soliana, which that's a town in Sonic 2006. I don't hate that concept at all. And yes, when they collected all 7 Chaos Emeralds, she did kind of kiss Sonic with all the 7 Chaos Emeralds. But that's better than Sonic Frontiers' 4th Island. I'm just saying. And yes, it is Sonic is saving Princess Elise from Sonic the Hedgehog's most favorite villains, Dr. Eggman. I don't hate Dr. Eggman in my opinion. He's a really cool character. Come on, you gotta agree with that. But anyways, that is all I'm going to be talking about for today's video. Like I said, I think Sonic 2006 is honestly the best games I've ever played compared to Sonic Frontiers and Forces. Even though I never played Forces, the levels are very short and nothing makes sense in it. And there's no Chaos Emeralds. And out of those two, if I think which one's better, 2005 or 2006, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really pick because, like I said, I never existed in 2005 or 2006, only in 2007. But still, it's very nice to talk about that and review it. And yeah, I mean, I could say I probably enjoy Sonic 2006 more than Shadow 2005. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog is pretty hard, but it's not a bad game. I don't hate Shadow 2005. It's not a bad game, but it's just really, really hard. And 10 endings is very tricky, and I'm still gonna work on that. You know, probably during 2025 summertime, I'm gonna be working on trying to get all the endings in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. And I also want to remind you guys, this video wasn't made to go hate, harass, or bully anyone or anything that was mentioned in this video. Instead, this video was made for informative purposes only and as a news. All of you have a great day and stay safe.